G'day and hello beautiful people, it is Milmo here. Hope you're having a fantastic day, afternoon, evening, night, and another time wherever you are. Hope life is treating you well. This week for Walker Wednesday, going to be a bit shorter. One of two reasons. Number one, it is Australia Day. Number two, I'm addicted to 7 Days to Die. I'll take a short pause of silence. Yep, the alpha is absolutely fantastic of 7 Days to Die. I haven't played this game since my Xbox days, so to actually play it on PC is a pretty cool experience. And I've always loved 7 Days to Die, so I'm a little bit addicted at the moment. But nonetheless, when it comes to Road to Survival this week, it's been the same grinding sort of nature, of course, for the New World Order. That's what it is, New World Order sort of event, Jackie in there. Now, when it comes to this event, I can't critique it because I'm a huge fan of the structure of this event. Now, I know I was not a huge fan of the Carol or the Christmas event, and that's not going to change. It's similar, to the way it was structured, but it had multiple characters, and I just really didn't like that event. Maybe it was because of the garbage characters, let's be honest, probably was, but I didn't like that event and how it was structured. This one I quite like, and I'm gonna be completely honest, this is the way most events are usually run, and that's in regards to the roadmaps, your sort of calendar daily logins with your dog tags, so you're obtaining your energy, essentially. That's your energy for the roadmaps. And then when you actually play through the roadmaps, you're getting your headbands, which then can be traded in at your grey market to get you the character of Jackie. Now, is it expensive at 10,000? You could argue, but you got to actually play the game and grind things out to get things. If it was so easily attainable, then it just wouldn't. Would it be worth it? I mean, it would make the game sort of, you got to keep a power sort of structure there, and if just handing out characters like that, it'll make it a bit weird. Is it too high? I don't know, but put in the effort and you'll get her quite easily. I'm not gonna lie, will I get her? I don't know. I don't play this game enough to say I put in the effort that I should be probably getting her, but I should get her. Daily I am actually grinding for the tokens, but sometimes I get addicted to 7 Days to Die and then things go to shit. Anyways, apart from the grey market, you also have the stash, which is where you get the New World tokens, which is the roadmap that I'm playing. I will be playing through Pandemonium, Last Act, and the New World tokens sort of one. And it also is in your daily missions where you can get New World tokens, for arena victories and a bunch of other stuff. Now, I like this setup because not only can you obtain her from your actual grey market and trade things in from the roadmap, but you also have a stash where you're introducing another currency in regards to the tokens, where you can also have her along with the equipment materials. So I like this structure. This is the structure they usually have for most events, and I prefer it, especially when it comes to offering just one character, because you're giving people multiple things to do that isn't really complicated. Like, it's fairly straightforward what you have to do to get these characters, but you're giving them multiple outlets to actually get that character, and it makes it less boring. That's just my opinion. Now, when it comes to the Silence roadmap, they introduced the predecessor to the Divided roadmap. Now, with the Divided roadmap, you're getting the headbands to get Jackie. With the Silence roadmap, the reason I say it's a predecessor other than it's coming up after it is because for the first act you find you can just use your dog tags as energy and play through and get more headbands, but for the second act you actually need to have a Jackie. So like I said, you should be completing the Divided roadmap or actually obtaining a Jackie, whether it's through the New Order tokens, but you need her for the act too. So I would personally do it after I did the Divided roadmap. But that's just me. But that's pretty much probably the similar reek to the rest of you when it comes to this game. Sad to say it, but the majority of these games, it's no different to any other game I play. it is the same tedious thing every day. Like, you're working towards something. In the end, there's different events and you've got to work towards that event, but it is the same tedious thing, and as a gamer you're used to that. That's what grinding is, and that's why it's such a big thing. So I can't critique this event because this is what I'm used to, the structure that I'm used to, and it's the one that I like. It's when they sort of stray from that structure that I'm a bit like, I don't like this, like anyone with new things. But I think this is the structure that works best for this game, so I'm hoping they keep this. And I much prefer the events where they have one character like this, but it's run this way, like they have the road maps, the stash, the grey market. I like that. If you're gonna have multiple characters, it makes sense to have multiple road maps and then have bags in which you get chances from characters, or you use the grey market only and you just have a road map that gives you the items to then buy the characters or the bag. So there's a few different ways in which they do structure these events, but I do like this one the best. But now I'm just rambling, so we'll move on to the next game, which is going to be Survivors. This week, once again, it was all about upgrading the town hall. So I think last week I left off with it almost going towards 17. Now it is definitely level 17. As of this morning, I upgraded my gate, or my wall I should say. I guess it's either. I upgraded that, and then I'm just already upgraded my training ground, so I've got both my formation, not my training ground, sorry, my formations. I've got my formation 1 to 17, formation 2 is also 17, and the third one is going up to 14 at the moment. And then I just decided to upgrade the bar, and I'm just going to continue upgrading this first sort of section of of my town, and then I'll move on to the next one. I have upgraded a few things on the other side, like some houses. This time to get the wall up, it was the meat locker and the meat production that I had to upgrade first. And then I've just been upgrading my well, my hospital, and what was the other one? And it was another meat production. So I've just been upgrading them to get them up to where everything else is. So at least up to 16 to start with. And that's pretty much where I am. I upgraded my carriage again a little bit. So I've got that to level, I think it's 22 from memory now. And then I also forged a few things, but that's just really been the typical week for that game. Biggest, I guess, sort of progressive point was getting the town hall to level 17. I really want to get it to level 19 just so I'm able to train your tier 7 fighters. I think that's the next sort of thing to go for me, is tier 7 fighters. But we'll move on quickly now to
Let's kick some ass.
Days After. Now when it comes to Days After, I played it probably one day this week, I won't lie. I didn't play it very much at all. But basically all I did is I ran through just scavenging for stuff and looking for stuff. That's the majority of this game, if I'm completely honest. But that's all I really did. I ended up doing the plane crash site, which I'll probably put up the footage for that one. And from that, it was just a matter of, I don't even think I did any quests this week. It was really just, I was out searching and foraging for stuff. I've got plenty of stuff now, like I've accumulated a lot of stuff, and it's just a matter, I think, of me getting levels up so that I'm able to craft certain aspects so that I can go into like the mine and those higher difficult levels that are up towards the 4-star. 3-star I can do, 4-star I really have to pack my bags full of stuff to survive, and that cuts down on your actual ability to store stuff, and I have to do multiple trips. And when it's far away, that's a lot of energy to be spending. So I've sort of got to get more practical with it. and I really need to get a larger backpack than the current sort of basic one that I have. But for this week, that's pretty much been what's been happening with these games, just the usual grind. Hopefully next week I'll work myself out a bit better and not, I guess, spend so much time on a game that isn't these three. I don't know what I will be doing with 7 Days to Die, but hopefully I can manage my time a bit better. But as always, I hope you did enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Always remember how awesome you are. Bye!
Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the side.